We love hiring people with something on the side. What else do you do beyond work? If you tell me that you like cafe hopping, I will never hire you. You're too basic for me.
In 2010, Pat Law set up Goodstuph as an independent social marketing agency. In the 14 years since, she has grown the award-winning agency to 180 people across 5 countries. I'm Sumiko, Executive Editor of the Straits Times. I'm meeting Miss Law and her co-founders at the Coconut Club in Beach Road. Eugenia Tan runs the Singapore office, Joshua Tan started the Jakarta branch, and Jeremy Chia and Fajar Kurnia set up Goodstuph in Bangkok. The 5 tell me that being too comfortable in what they do frightens them. They also share how they keep their creative juices flowing. Why did you decide to go to Indonesia and Thailand?
That realization that Singapore was too small a market probably came in year 5 of Goodstuph. We were at a point where we were doing very well, but I personally got very terrified with being too comfortable because that is dangerous when it comes to creativity. And we thought, okay, let's try to go into Jakarta. And I really did see it as going there, you're going to get the education of a lifetime that money cannot buy. 3-4 years down the road, we got comfortable and confident about Jakarta. We knew that actually it's possible for us to expand beyond Singapore and do it well. So then we went into Bangkok.
Do you use Goodstuph in all the territories, markets you're in?
Yes, we do actually. There is a translation for it. I think in Thailand we have the Thai version, like the Thai letters of Goodstuph, so it reads Goodstuph.
In Indonesia is the same. We translated it to Bahasa Indonesia, but we just use Goodstuph.
And Pat, you came up with the name.
Yes, unfortunately I did back in 2010. The name came about as the goal that we want for all our campaigns. If you had seen a campaign and you liked it, first reaction should be Goodstuph. I spelled it differently because the original spelling was not available for purchase as a domain name. Well, it was. I had to pay a lot of money and I refused to pay that kind of money. So I spelled it differently. Although now looking back, it's one of those things like a bad haircut that I regret. Shall we change it again?
What was the most difficult thing opening in Jakarta?
Of course, the culture shock was one factor. I am a Jurong West boy all my life. Never worked or lived overseas for an extended period of time. Learning to have empathy for the local customs, learning to find what motivates my staff was my homework during the first 2 years at least. As with all things, over time you kind of grow used to it, you adapt.
What was difficult about setting up in Bangkok?
It's not too different from Josh actually, but I think the first one was because we didn't partner any locals, right? I think recruitment, I think it was a tough one. I think Goodstuph was very well known, I think in Singapore, but outside of Singapore back then in Thailand, it was quite unknown, right? So we are asking people, do you want to join us? We are 2-man agency. Do you want to leave your job and join us? It is very hard. In the first few weeks, we interviewed so many people and we almost asked them, begged them come with us. It'd be a nice ride, right? But it was not that easy. A lot of them actually told us, I think you shouldn't do this. But of course, when people said that to us, we are like, we are doing this. So we kept our heads down and we managed to find people. We managed to convince people who want to join us, convince clients to work with us.
There was one big kind of curveball for us, which was COVID. We went there and Fajar had kind of renovated the office. We're like, let's open our doors. And 1 week later, we had to close our doors because of COVID. Because we're such a people business, it's so nice being in the same office together, working together, kind of talking to each other. The fact that we had to do it remotely was tough. I think it was tough for everybody, but especially for us because new country, completely new experience, begging people to join us, and then COVID started.
What do you think is the key strength of Goodstuph?
I think Goodstuph is very unique because we don't just see ourselves as just a Singapore brand. We see ourselves almost as a Southeast Asian brand. And because of that, we believe a lot in diversity. So at any point or time, even if I have a Singapore project, I'm able to reach out to Fajar, Jeremy, or even Joshua to be able to pull together the kind of skill sets and resources we need.
And to expand on that, when we talk about diversity, we love hiring people with something on the side. What else do you do beyond work? If you tell me that you like cafe hopping, I will never hire you. You're too basic for me. We do encourage people to moonlight, so long as it's not a conflict client, clearly, because you learn so much more when you're doing something beyond work. Stuff like that keeps us very interesting.
How do you all keep creative?
I think curiosity is super important. Not knowing what the solution is at any point is a good start, right? Like a blank page might be super scary, but if you're curious to find out more about what the problem is, what the possible solutions are, I think that actually is a great weapon to have with anybody. Whether you're creative or whether you're an accounts person or whether you're a strategist, if you are curious, I think that keeps you creative.
I try to consume as much as possible things that I don't know. So I think that has helped quite a lot as well. Learn new things, even especially things that are related, I think, to advertising.
And I think within Goodstuph itself, we're constantly in a space where there are new inputs coming in. So whether it be like working with colleagues from Thailand that have a different culture, or working with colleagues in Indonesia that completely have a different insight to the same problem itself, that makes us curious, that makes us think about how things can be done differently.
I think one thing I remind my teams is to remember to have fun. I mean, ever since the pandemic lifted, everybody's coming back to office. You kind of get back into the same daily grind. So if you're not having fun creating the work, your clients will kind of feel it.
So I have a weekly goal. I need to come out with one idea per week, even if I'm not using the idea for work, just to keep the brain going in that direction. We put in a lot of effort to make sure that our people don't stop having fun. They don't stop thinking. So the very last initiative we did was for an instant noodle pop-up event. Everyone asked, hey, for what? Like that, lor? Just because. And because it is fun. And more importantly, you're bringing together all your young creatives from different markets into the same meeting, pitching ideas, and knowing what you're up against. And being inspired, being intimidated maybe, friendly rivalry that's important for creativity. God forbid we become an agency that waits for a brief to come and just answer it. A client will always appreciate it when we are going, hey, can we do it this way? And to keep that, it's effort lah. Yeah, definitely.
Hey, thanks very much for having lunch.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
In the last 13 years of joining Armstrong, I never thought that with my personality and character, I could learn to love what I didn't like. I still do not like foam.